All 5 players surviving. They have just enough built up for another purchase coming in. Rain is going to have a full investment, and everyone they should have a decent amount of rifles actually around this AWP. Nico needs to hold it though, so I'm not sure I enjoyed this call to go in the hunt, trying to keep the money low, trying to take as many things away, but exposing himself to some element of danger that doesn't come through. So all is safe for him. 12-10, and Astralis fighting themselves to stay in this opening map. Rain's going to have a solid buy, Guardian as well, and you imagine Nico will drop that over. So another challenge here for both of these teams, as no one blinking. Device has that AWP. Magis on 23 kills at Zipnik's on 21. He had a really hot start, but Magis has caught up in a big way. And a late tactical pause coming out from FaZe as the clock was winding down to start the next round. They want to talk things over.
Yeah, Robin being quite vocal in the backlines there. Not always the most vocal if you watch them play, but clearly having a lot to say about this one. 12-10, however. You're seeing the answers being made. Oh, no, thank you. This is why I like Australia.
Yeah, reason number 173 why Australia is great. Well, here we go, back into it. 12-10, FaZe, a tenuous lead. Double up setup as well for Guardian and Nico. Astralis has picked up the aggression these past few rounds. Fast plays towards the B bomb site back to back. This time, mid smokes, maybe you want to mask their play towards A, and it's going to be speed again. Exist is going to be hiding behind the smoke. He's going to hear all these footsteps. He's calling the rotate, but it's the bomb here in A main. This is so important, and Device holding it. What a good read, and FaZe might be put out of this round immediately.
I'm pretty sure they're done for. Nico's actually committing pretty far out. That Molotov forcing him further than he'd like. 50 HP here. Device with the back lines and the other two so far away. Nico's in trouble. He's got to be really careful how he plays this one out. Trying to escape now. Might have to take a bit of damage from the molly. 10 HP. Holds the line. Dupree goes down, but the retake impossible. The save now comes to mind, and Astralis. What a turn of pace from them.
Yeah, it's been all speed, hasn't it? And FaZe hasn't been able to match it. Nico just gets around the corner, goes for the peek, he goes down. They need to save as many of these weapons. The double op would have been great if you can buy the CZs around 2 ops in an M4, but now Astralis wants to take it all the way. 2 Molotovs for the bomb site as well. They've been spotted out, Rain sees it coming, but can they do anything about it? Here comes the attack. Molotov, Rain can't handle it. Guardian just trying to hide, not give away his position, and he just narrowly escapes.
11-12. It's game back on. We need to see the response from FaZe here on the CT side. How much depth do they have to go to? What can we expect from them? Because it looks like Astralis have found the answer they needed. I don't know what FaZe have up their sleeve, but it won't be this round we probably see it.
No, the tough part is because they've been locked in this kind of battle back and forth of who's going to reset the other first. FaZe hasn't been able to have all the nades, so you can see that's likely why Astralis is going so fast and aggressive, is because they can be early on. There's no Molotovs or smokes to stop them from the CT side. Guardians boosted up with that AWP towards the A bomb site, and once again, Astralis already out mid, already with control. They can pressure both bomb sites from this angle. You even got Magisk at B and Zipnik's in A main to provide some kind of a pinch depending on where you want to go.
Magisk getting a little bit of a glimpse there towards B. Maybe not liking that anymore. Might have to consider other options, trying to herd them towards this, the danger man. Boosted up. And that might have done the job, actually. They might have done quite nicely at that.
I think this is FaZe just stacking B early to say if they come B fast, we'll have 3 players here. Now they want to rotate over to help out the op, and Guardian.
Device. He might have a shot at this one. We're going to see the bait coming in. Glaive going to try and show a little. Gives away a lot, but Exist even finding Dupree is big. They're kind of getting locked in here. They have no control of the back lines. Karrigan could have pushed up for all they know, but not the case, not the timing. Here we go.
They're hesitating. They're actually calling the bluff, and they are going to fall back, and there's no one from FaZe over at the B bomb site. Karrigan with the AK, not going to expect the boost, but he does spin in time. Missed opportunity for Magisk, but they're booking it over towards this B bomb site. Exist has to get into position.
Oh, Guardian, what a way to do this. And now a 1v2 for Zipnik's. Incredible in these situations, but going through the checklist mentally. Exist is up there, forced away. Zipnik's gets the cross. Bomb to be planted now. Nico's working his way back through. He's got himself an AWP. Exist looking for a gun as well. Of course, no kits here. And Xyp9x needs to pick the position. Opting just for that little cubby corner. Both players coming back in through the vents as well. Gonna make some noise on the drop. And now Xyp9x needs to land some beautiful shots. One is good, the second's better! NiKo gets sent away, and we are back looking like we got a real matchup on our hands. 12-12, it's all even.
He just smiles. He knows you almost think he knows that he's going to win those rounds. And he didn't even feel like that strong of a position. I feel like once he hears the footsteps coming out of vents, he's kind of like, well, that's exactly where I didn't want them to be. Gets both kills. The benefit, perhaps, of lack of armor on that FaZe side, even with the picked up weapons, just not able to react in time. All tied up at 12-12. Here we are again, just a default spread from Astralis. What we've come to know out of them is they consider all their options. Well, they have been delivering some fast-paced knockout punches to FaZe recently. This time they know, as the losing bonus has built, there's going to be some of those extra nades and Molotovs to stop them and to deal damage early on. So slow it right back down and kind of confuse any of FaZe's reads.
Late aggression possibly coming through here. The flash isn't bad, actually. dupreeh's completely blind and it somehow goes his way. You've got to feel for NiKo in those situations to a degree, but you take those risks, and now that might be the go signal, or at least a pressure point for Astralis to build on. Exist going to try and stem the bleed as he puts a Molotov down towards the door, slows down the pace. And Astralis have to, again, steady themselves here. Can't quite go straight for this one. Device making them scatter towards middle.
There's going to be a brawl coming up. FaZe actually read this, and actually because of that, I think Astralis realized that the shots that came out in mid when Device was boosted up, they wanted to rotate back towards B, and it's not going to happen. And look at the play from Kerrigan. He's going to have such a sick timing on this flank. Existent Guardian to hold off the initial hit. This can be so good for FaZe. A tall challenge for Astralis.
To go forward into the blender, but Device is good for two. Where did that come from? And now with the bomb plant again, it's on this man. They have no idea until now. Glaive didn't hear it. He was unaware. Now surprise, call off guard. Kerrigan fights his way forward, but Device right behind him. Delivers such a blow in that round. 3 kills. The 2 were integral. The last cherry on the cake.
I actually do not know how Astralis took that round. The flank from Kerrigan throws all the timings off, and all FaZe needed was just a strong defense. Oh, the double is going to help. Yeah, the 2 for 1. That's beautiful. Existent Rain go down. Fortunate for Astralis. FaZe just needed the smallest hole. Just delay a few more seconds for Kerrigan to really make Device nervous, and it just doesn't happen. But you have to say, that flank was poised to really shut it all down. Kerrigan's going to have nightmares about that, but starting to, you know, maybe come back into his own.
Gotta face your nightmares sometimes. Well, with the first bit of blood drawn this round, NiKo fancies getting on the action. Not so easy though. Glaive delivers a swift headshot. Gets it all back all even. Of course, the side back, they are only on CZs and a scout for FaZe, so not exactly ideal, not exactly primed to go, but we've seen stranger things. Device up on the boost. Keeping control over by middle. And it's going to be just rain over by B if they do go for this.
I have to say as well, I mean, as much as we talked about Device with 0 kills for a lot of that first half and having a really tough first half, it's a testament to his mental fortitude and his focus that he's able to bounce back and not let that sting him into the second half. He's been great as they've transitioned into the offense. The double kill with huge impact. And sometimes with your star players, it's all that matters is that they can have impact when you need it most. Guardians here, 2 players to defend it.
locate a bomb. Seconds to insertion. Be advised your drone has located a bomb. The diffuser has been secured. You found a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it. You located a bomb. Recover the diffuser. Secure the bombs. Bomb location compromised. Plan accordingly. Down to 5 seconds. Op 4 has located a bomb. Be ready for hostile action. Operator standing. to locate a bomb. Drone has located a bomb. Ten seconds. 5 seconds to go. The diffuser is now secured. Proceed to bomb's location and defuse it. You have located a bomb. One Op 4 remaining. Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful. Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected. Down to 10 seconds. 5 seconds to insertion. Op 4 has yet to locate a bomb. Remaining. All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
はい、これおかしくない？約束と違うよな。こっちちゃんと TK してんだよな。うんうん。
We need to locate a bomb. seconds. The diffuser has been recovered. You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it. You have located a bomb.
Stay back. Knock, knock. Flash out.
You must recover the diffuser. Down to
追加作れなかったら俺頑張ってないわ。俺か。お
Op
前の
4
チー
last
ム。
stop standing. The diffuser is now secured. No longer in your possession. 15 seconds remaining. We have been eliminated.
ごめんなさい、頑張ってください。頑張ります。でも、
Secure the bombs.
ハッカーだから。
Op 4 has located the bomb.
最初の試合がこれはまずいなと思って。
You're about to get scanned. Starting the timer. Advised, Op 4 has located a bomb. Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
Hacker 味方にいますね。味方で抜けたから。
Protect the bombs. Advised, Op 4 has located a bomb. Loading you back. Op 4 located a bomb. Protect it.
あんなゆっくりなんだ。
Mission critical. User activated. One friendly operator remains. Mission failed. All friendlies have been neutralized. We need to locate a bomb.
All eyes are on you. So give them greatness with Intel Extreme Master certified PCs and no.
10 seconds before insertion. 5 seconds. The diffuser is now secured. You must locate and defuse a bomb. Bomb has been located. Recover the diffuser. Friendly, last operator standing. Op 4, last operator
ス
standing.
モークなんか見えてはあるんだけど、キモ。
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
.コムってやつ頭悪くね素で。なんか別にようわからんのよな、マジで。何を言ってんのか、マジで。
Protect the bombs. Bomb has been located by Op 4. Be advised, Op 4 is located.
これひどいな。これこいつらひどいぞマジで。はあ、もうこいつらこういうやつなのか。もう分かったわ。放送してるからな、お前ら。マジで。マジでこういうやつらなんだな、お前ら。だから TK しろっつってんだよ。死ぬか自分で。マジでクソなんだけど。こいつらいざとなったら負けそうになったら絶対やるやつだからな、こいつらマジで。クソだろ、ほんとに。やりたくねえわ。マジコムってやつ、最低なコムってやつだったか。あいつらパーティー。どうせリスティサーバーやったやつだろ、こいつら。
Sydney, you brought the fire all week long, and now FaZe Clan have two. We have got a grand final to enjoy and indulge upon. Astralis came into this as hot favourites. The first map, Cash. Admittedly, Astralis had never bested FaZe on this map, but with the weaknesses in the roster coming up to the grand final, with the absence of Olofmeister, this was staged to be rather one-sided affair. But in overtime, they thrive, and now I have
これが現実だからな、マジで。
try and piece that one back together. Yanko Paunovic
ほんとなんなんだよ、こいつら。は ?4-4 なら動くなって死ね。2人。3-on-3 するんだったら2人。4-4 なら1人。ちゃんと死ね。死んでねえからさ、こうやってややこしいことが起きるんだよ。マジでクソだろ。
Losing the anti-force by being 3-1 down, and then they picked up the pace, right? We saw some very cool strategies from them. The one in overtime that we saw where they didn't smoke off between Forklift and Red really and took that fight. That's a bit unorthodox, and that really threw Astralis a little bit off guard. So on top of that, they had the Guardian clutch and everything, but that's like just the bonus. It's good to see them that they got the fundamentals down.
Nice and poetic that to have Karrigan clutching a 1v2 against two of his former teammates to win the map. I think that's something that he's going to remember forever. If that was in the 5th map of a series like this, that would be nuts. But the fact of the matter is, exists. You know, the guy who I thought was going to be more of a liability in this team, he stepped up big time and time again, and I think his impact is definitely being felt right now.
We talked about the T sides of FaZe. On this map, no less, they looked floundered. They looked miscommunicated. They looked awkward. They now come into this grand final against undoubtedly the most practiced and prepared team in Counter-Strike at the moment, and they get double digits on their T side. It's been quite the revolution in what has been, what, a week, Yanko?
Yeah, absolutely.
They got it together.
Absolutely, and we were talking about how they are comfortable playing against Astralis, and there's a good chance that they will step it up and play, you know, better Counter-Strike than we saw up until this point. And another thing, they basically lost 2 pistols, right? Won the first one, got immediately force bot on, lost the second one. So FaZe really had to grind this game out. They defended 2 match points towards the very end of the game, so you have to give them props for really being relentless.
Something I want to note here just quickly is it seems that Rain in terms of, I know we've just plug and
こい
play
つらだからな、マジで。ハゲタカとケイシン
it feels
と
like Rain is doing more of the Olaf job, more aggressive, and it seems like if you look at his stats with opening kills and deaths, he's had the highest in the server out of anybody, which means he's initiating these fights, he's getting involved, and
マジでタッチ悪いな。
almost 50-50. I think it was he had 8 successful duels and 7 of which
ハゲタカって元々どこだっけこい
with
つ。
that in mind, he's kind of changing his
リバティだ
playstyle
ろ。
and Exist might be going into his more passive.
ほんとふざけんなよ、マジで。
Testament to how much of a brawl that game was. If you take a look at the multi-kills, everyone is like between what, 6, 7, 8. I'm seeing across the board. Everyone was having their own rounds where the round just went their way, and it was, you know, truly kind of exhilarating, especially this was so much fun to watch. Device in such an awkward scenario and getting taken down by the man they put on the bench. Ooh, dish best served cold, Revenge.
you can't script it, right? You can't write it any better, an ending like that. And this is what you love to see, because now you're hoping that FaZe has the confidence coming into some of these other maps, that especially Kerrigan as the in-game leader is aware, okay, this is what might work, what might not work, that the individuals feel like they have the upper hand. We were talking about, this is FaZe's first pick in a best-of-5 series, so you do expect if they're going to win any map in this final, it would have to be cash. Now they're moving to Overpass, which we've seen them veto across this tournament.
Yeah, this has transitioned, Chad. It's made quite the evolution from being the map you should fear FaZe on most to the map that FaZe fear the most. It's been quite the change since the loss of Ola.
It's a weird mix, but I think, now that I can see that everybody seems to be playing to a decent level, this one might not be as one-sided as I had painted the picture of before, which is fantastic for the crowd and everyone viewing at home. But the preparation of Astralis kind of gets more of a chance to shine here. They can set their defaults on the T side, which is where